My boyfriend's parents make me afraid of him. Last weekend was his mom's 60th birthday and my boyfriend was going to go to the birthday party. He wanted to introduce me to his family, so he asked me to join him. They agree, so my boyfriend and I decided to spend the night. We arrived at his parents' place and his mom, dad, brother and sister were there. The dad was stone cold and gave off creepy vibes, and the mother looked like she has not slept in days and branded a wound on her cheek. We spent the evening talking very uncomfortably, but we got through dinner. At around 8 p.m., my boyfriend and his brother leave for the airport to pick up a relative of theirs who was flying in for the party. So, I'm left at the house with his mom, dad and sister. I felt very uneasy, especially around the father. I had left my phone charging in the room we were going to sleep in, so I excused myself to go check if I had any important messages or calls. I checked my phone and I started heading back to the living room, and as I'm walking back, I hear them talking. Then his mom asks, "So, what do you think about her?" I immediately knew they were talking about me, and I honestly wanted to know what my potential in-laws thought about me, so I stopped and listened. His dad says, "She's nice." His sister agrees with him and adds, "She's pretty too." Then his dad adds something that immediately made me sick to my stomach. He says, "Yeah, if only she wasn't an effing N-word," and they all agreed with her. My heart dropped. I tiptoed back to the room and I sat there so confused. I was shaking so much I didn't know what to do. I wanted to call my boyfriend, but I had a weird feeling, so I didn't. I felt so alone and unsafe. This mixed with the creepiness of the family made me want out. I felt like I couldn't trust anyone around me, not even my boyfriend. So I made up an excuse saying I had an emergency and needed to leave. I stayed in the room for some time, scared to death. It took everything in me not to start crying. After I had collected my thoughts and calmed down, I took my bag and car keys and passed the living room in a rush, saying something came up and I had to leave. I didn't give them a chance to ask any questions. I just got in my car and drove away. It was getting late and I wasn't in the right state of mind to drive back home. I just wanted to get as far away as possible before stopping at a hotel for the night. My boyfriend had called me a couple of times. I called him back, but I couldn't bring myself to tell him what had happened, so I gave him the same excuse I gave his parents. He asked if he should come home as well, and I told him it wasn't necessary. I went home the next day and my boyfriend showed up at my apartment a few hours later. I looked at him and it felt like all the love I had for him had just disappeared. Though I acted like everything was fine, I wondered if he was prejudiced too. He had been so great during our whole relationship. I never once felt like he had any negative thoughts or feelings. But I can't help but think about how his family made me believe they were nice people, and I keep wondering if he's also just pretending to like me. I was supposed to move in with him after my lease ended, but I have managed to get out of moving in with him. I don't feel like I love him anymore. It's been 3 days now since we got back from his parents' place, and I want to end things with him without it causing any trouble, but I'm really scared.